Guys, so I just wanted to share this real quick. So I've just brought up a new Proxmox instance recently, not the latest version of Proxmox, but I installed with the latest media that I happen to have on me. I just need to get something up and running, and I've been copying over some ISOs and creating templates and stuff. And I have, so I brought up a Fedora instance. I've also been testing out RHEL 10 beta and RHEL 9.5, so I want to poke around and look at some things in there because I've mostly been using Arch, Debian, and Ubuntu based stuff for a long while, and I haven't done a lot with RHEL or Fedora in a really long time. So I kind of wanted to try those out and poke around and just do some testing and stuff. So I've got a Fedora instance right here. So I'm logged into the terminal right here. So I just installed it. So I've got like the VM over here, and yeah, so this is the VM that I created. I'm going to turn this into a template in a little bit. But yeah, so I logged in on the console here, and right off the bat, I have a web GUI and SSH access. So when I installed this, I went with basically all the defaults except that I created a user and made that user an administrator, basically giving it like sudo access and stuff. And I didn't change almost anything else, and I did not install any optional software. I just went for the base server install, and that's it. Now, what I was kind of surprised that it came with is it came with a web console. Now, it comes with SSH access. Some things will enable that by default, some won't. I was kind of expecting SSH to be enabled by default, and I feel like it should be. But the one thing that kind of surprised me, it gave me this message on the console when I first logged in that it's actually running a web server, and this is for a remote management GUI, and I was a little bit surprised that it would actually come with that right out of the box. I mean, I know that it exists in the repos and everything, but that was a little bit of surprise to me. So yeah, I mean, I tested out SSH access, and right here I am logged in, and I can sudo to root just fine. So I've got root access through SSH right here. That's normally how I would manage things. But and here's the console for in case you don't have SSH access, if you need to get the IP or whatever else you need to do, right? If you're accessing it before you have network access or SSH running, but SSH running by default. And yeah, the other thing it gave me was this is so I accessed this on port 9090, and yeah, 9090, and this is actually an instance of Cockpit. So this is it's basically a remote management GUI, a web GUI that apparently is a standard thing for RHEL and Fedora now. So this wasn't as much of a thing last time I used this. So anyways, I am kind of out of the loop here with this, but this is pretty neat. I don't think I'm going to be managing things with this. I'm still pretty much more comfortable doing things from the command line, so I kind of just view this as a novelty. Personally for me, this is really just a novelty. It's kind of a neat thing to see that it exists, and you can poke around and look at things. It's kind of nice, but realistically, I would do everything from the terminal anyways, just because it's what I'm familiar with, and it's really the way to. It's a more convenient way to manage things. But this is neat to have everything, to have all of this all in one place. You can view like CPU and memory. You can view all kinds of metrics. Like, this is actually pretty nice. You can see a lot of stuff in here, right? Go back to overview. You can see there's some pending security updates. You can look at the configuration. There's a thing to join a domain. So if you don't know how to set this up, you can add to a domain right here. That's pretty convenient. Reboot the server, shut it down. All sorts of great stuff. Gives you logs, overview of the storage and all the partitions and the disks and everything. Networking, firewall, all shows like the interface right here. You can add a VPN, add a bond, add a team, a bridge, a VLAN, all that advanced networking stuff. You can you can do that all with the GUI right here. Edit rules, so you can change firewall rules and stuff like that. Which is nice. And what else? A lot of this I wouldn't feel too comfortable. Like I would want to, if I did use this, I would still want to go and verify it with the terminal to see that it's actually doing what I expect it to do. Because without knowing exactly what it's doing behind the scenes, I just I wouldn't completely trust it to behave the way I expect it to. But in any case, it's pretty neat. You can do all of this stuff, and it gives you like accounts and stuff like that. You can basically manage everything right here, which is nice. And yeah, and if you're not familiar with the command line on Linux, and rather than having to learn everything from scratch, if you just need to get something up and running, like maybe you're not a Linux person and you just need to get something running on Linux, this is amazing. This will help you out so much and make things so much easier for you. So excellent for beginners who are kind of just getting started and just need to get something up and running. Yeah, so, and for anyone else, maybe if you're lazy and you just like a point and click GUI, or maybe there's certain things you're not familiar with, yeah, this is pretty excellent. A bunch of different applications. Yeah, so gives you a bunch of different applications you can install and remove and stuff, which is kind of nice. Some SC Linux information. This is actually kind of nice. This actually gives you information about like right here, SC Linux is preventing systemd homed from read access to the home directory. So it's giving you it's actually alerting you on things that are being blocked by systemd. So you don't have to wonder, you don't have to remember all the commands to use, and you don't have to be super familiar with systemd. And you don't have to spend tons of time debugging it and ultimately like just disabling it because you're too lazy to learn it the right way. This is kind of nice. It just alerts you to anything that it might be getting blocked or whatever right there like that. So I thought that was kind of neat. Tells you what software updates are coming up in this nice convenient thing. Has some stuff highlighted in red here. And yeah, all of this nice stuff, right? Lots of updates listed here, and you can just manage all that through here. This is pretty nice, and this is pretty convenient to manage things. And you can yeah, all this stuff. This is great, and this is another interesting thing. The terminal. You can actually have a terminal right here. And this is a nice usable terminal. Yeah, get your root access on here. And yeah, you pretty nice. Basically, this is everything I just wanted to show you. So yeah, if you thought this was maybe a little bit interesting, I didn't have a real point with this video. I didn't, I'm not really going anywhere trying to achieve any specific goal. I just thought this would be an interesting thing to share with people. There are probably people out there who are curious about this and might find this interesting. If that's you, might want to give me a thumbs up. If you've tried this out, or maybe I missed something, or there's something you think it would be interesting if I covered, leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll take a look. And what else? Yeah. So yeah, you might want to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our other great content. I'm gonna be I have a lot of videos that I've been planning on putting out. I know I've only put out only so many videos in the last couple months. I have started kind of putting out some content on this channel, but only so much. I mean, I did a lot of Mac stuff, some Windows videos, and a few Linux things, I think, but not anywhere near enough. But I'm definitely going to be pushing out a lot more videos, doing some electronic stuff, some 3D printing stuff. We do all kinds of tech stuff, but I'm definitely pushing out lots of Linux stuff. I want to finish doing as many Linux commands as I can. Each one needs a video. I'm going to be doing some Bash stuff, some Python stuff, and I am going to be doing some Linux kernel stuff, showing you how to work with kernel modules, showing you how to update the kernel, how to build the kernel from scratch, and how to write kernel modules from basic C code, and basically how to compile write and compile your own basic kernel modules, and lots of other really interesting like tuning and kernel tuning and performance and all sorts of interesting Linux stuff. So if you're into that, I have I'd like a big backlist of stuff I've been meaning to put out, and I am trying to get that stuff. The plan is to get that stuff coming out really, really soon, and I'm going to have just tons. We do have a pretty good amount of videos out there. I have hundreds of videos released already, but they're all over the place. I have a lot of Linux stuff, but I have a lot of other different videos on different tech-related topics, Raspberry Pis, electronics, networking, all sorts of stuff. And I do plan on, releasing videos in all of those categories, but there's going to be a huge focus on Linux. And I'm going to be pushing out like a ton of Linux info. And I've also put together a bunch of stuff for Kubernetes. I'm going to be trying to put out a ton of Kubernetes info too. as well as like Ansible and a bunch of. We're going to do some more Ansible videos and hopefully make them more concise. They weren't that popular in the past, but hopefully I can get some more useful Kubernetes stuff out there, or Ansible stuff, Ansible and Kubernetes stuff out there. So we have a lot of content coming up, so you might want to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon because you don't want to miss out on all of this. And that's about it for today. Just wanted to show you this. I thought this was neat. Got the Cockpit web management GUI here on my first time. This is actually my first time looking at this. I mean, I read about it before, but I never bothered to test it out, and it was pretty neat that Fedora just comes with this by default. Yeah, so that was pretty neat. I'm going to poke around and play with this some more, and I am going to be doing a lot more with this new Proxmox server and potentially setting up other Proxmox servers. But yeah, just wanted to share that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.